Hey everyone, so today we're going to be graphing and identifying points on the coordinate plane. Hopefully this will be a review for some people, but definitely something important to review before we start graphing lines. So first let's talk about what the coordinate plane is. It's a two-dimensional surface created by two intersecting number lines on which points are plotted and located by their x and y coordinates. The coordinate plane is separated into four quadrants displayed to the right. So here we have the coordinate plane. Hopefully it looks familiar. We have quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it goes counterclockwise. Notice that this is where our positive x value, well first this is our x-axis here. X-axis is always horizontal. And then our y-axis is vertical. This is where we have our positive x values and our negative x values, positive y values over here, and then negative y values down here. Really important for you to know how to number this, where the numbers go, where the positive numbers are, and where the negative numbers are. An ordered pair. This is a phrase you're going to be hearing a lot. Is a pair of numbers used to locate a point on the coordinate plane, also known as coordinates. So you can either hear it as the word coordinate or an ordered pair. An ordered pair is written in the form x comma y. So x always goes first. Think alphabetically. X comes before y in the alphabet, comes before y in an ordered pair. Where x is the coordinate, where x is the x coordinate, and y is the y coordinate. So here are some examples, x comma y like we have over here, 1 comma 2, negative 7 comma 3.5. So you can have any kind of number in an ordered pair. It could be positive, negative, it could be a fraction, it could be a decimal. As long as that number exists on a number line, it can exist in the coordinate plane. Okay, so let's practice graphing points on the coordinate plane. So here our example says plot point A, and our point is 5, negative 4. So step 1 is you're going to start at the origin, which is 0, 0. That's another way of saying 0, 0, which is right here, right in the middle. That's the origin, 0, 0. That's where x is 0, and that's where y is 0. So you're going to start there, and then you are going, the second step is to move over x units to the right or left. So if you look, our x value is 5, positive 5. So you're going to start at the origin 0, 0, and you're going to go to where x is positive 5, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right here. Okay? So that's where we are right now. The next step is to move y units up or down. So if we look at our point, our y value is negative 4. So where we were, where our x is 5, we're going to go down, because it's negative, to where y is negative 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That is where our point is going to go. So let me have my pen ready. So I'm going over 5, down 4. And I'm going to put a point right there. Okay, that's our last step. Plot your point on the corner of the box. It has to be right on the corner, and we're going to label it. So this was point A, so we're going to label it A. So just to refresh, we started at the origin. We went over 5 units to the right because that's what our x value was, 5. And then we went down 4. That's what our y value was, negative 4. So this is the point where the x value is 5 and the y value is negative 4. So now let's identify a point when we're given a point. So here we want to identify what point B is. So the first step is to find the point on the graph. Here we only have 1 point, so it's pretty easy to find. It's right here. Identify the x value of that point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace down to our x-axis here. So if you see here, this is our x value. I'm just going to circle it for you, and I'm going to just draw that line. Okay, the next step, identify the y value. So I'm going to go over, and I see that is my y value. So our x value and our y value. Now we're going to write this as an ordered pair. X is going to go first, comma y. So this is how we write it. Our x value is negative 7, and our y value is positive 3. Now you don't have to write those, like draw these lines if you don't want to. I'm just showing you exactly how we find where these points are. So now we're going to take a look at some examples on Delta Math. Keep that, and we are going to open our Delta Math. Okay, so this is telling us to plot the point -4, 4. Click on the graph to plot a point. So click a point to delete. So you can, if say I accidentally clicked over here, you can click it again to delete it. Okay, so our x value is -4. So we're going to start at the origin and we're going to go to where x is -4. So -1, -2, -3, -4. And our y value is +4. So now we're going to go up, because it's positive, to where our y value is +4. We're going to put it right there and submit answer. Perfect. Let's do another one. Here we want to plot the point 0, -1. So let's start at the origin, okay, where x is 0. So if you remember, the origin is, so I just want to show what the point is. Okay. The origin is where x is 0. So we don't have to move left or right because the x value is 0. We're going to stay exactly where we are for our x values. We're going to stay in the middle. And then we're going to go down to where y is -1. Right there. So this is the point where our x value is 0, but our y value is -1. Submit that. Okay, let's do another one. Now let's plot the point 2, 0. So we're starting at our origin. We're going to go to where x is 2. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and then where y is 0. In this case, we do not have to move because the y value is 0. We're not going to move up. We're not going to move down. We're going to stay right there. So this is the point where the x value is 2, but the y value is 0. Okay, so now let's just identify some points here. State the coordinates of the point. Okay, so here's our point. First, let's identify that x value. Here we have -9. So I'm going to input -9. And then our y value is -6. So remember, x first, then y. Okay, next one. Okay, our x value is 7. So remember, you either go up or down first here, and then you identify what that y value is, 5. 7, 5. X has to go first, then y. And last one, okay, our x value here is 9. And our y value is -3. So identify that x value first, then that y value, and make sure you put it in the correct order.